Okay, so I want to improve my English A1 speaking alone. I've heard that A1 is the first year level in English proficiency, which probably means starting from pretty basic things like understanding and using simple sentences. But even though I might be able to say a sentence or two when someone says it, I feel like I could get better. First, I need to figure out what exactly A1 entails. From what I remember, it's about being able to understand some basics of spoken English without being too advanced. So maybe that includes things like listening to short conversations and responding, speaking in simple sentences, and using some common vocabulary and grammar structures for personal situations. I should start by assessing my current level. How much am I comfortable with saying a sentence? Are there specific phrases or topics where I struggle? Maybe I can do a quick listening exercise with someone conversing on the phone. That could help me get an idea of how they speak and if certain words are something I need to learn. Speaking is another area. If I'm good at talking, I might not need to practice as much, but perhaps starting with simple sentences or short exchanges would be beneficial. Maybe I can try saying a few sentences out loud and see where I get stuck. It's important to practice speaking in front of others too, like in a group setting if possible. Understanding vocabulary is another key area. Since A1 doesn't go up to C2, maybe focusing on common words related to daily life would be good. Words like it, he, is, etc. are definitely part of basic English. I can start by writing these down and practicing using them in sentences. Maybe using flashcards could help reinforce the words. Grammar is something I might not get quite yet, but it's a big part of speaking. If I can handle simple sentence structures, that would be great. Using phrases like I have, he has, or the cat has sounds simple enough and common in conversations. Practicing these structures could make my speaking more fluid. Vocabulary is crucial for A1. So besides the basic words I mentioned, I should also look into some more common everyday terms. Words like friend, home, because, etc. are definitely part of personal situations that I might encounter often. It's a good idea to use context clues when learning these words. Now, practical strategies could be really helpful here. One thing I've heard is to listen first and then speak. Maybe try that approach in my practice sessions. If I'm not sure if something I hear makes sense, listening for a few seconds can give me feedback before I respond. Reading might also help because understanding sentences or short passages could improve my ability to speak more effectively. After reading, I can try writing down what I understood or summarizing the passage, which would help with speaking practice. Breaking it down into chunks sounds manageable. Maybe focusing on one topic at a time and practicing different aspects each day. For example, start with simple conversations about family members or friends, then move on to different subjects like dates, times, locations, and more personal stuff. This way, I don't get overwhelmed and can build up gradually. Consistency is key too. Even if I make mistakes, they just get better with time. So setting a routine each day would help maintain progress. Maybe I'll dedicate 15 to 20 minutes each session to practicing speaking, listening, and vocabulary. Using technology could also be an option. There are apps designed for A1 practice that might include games or exercises. These can make learning more engaging and interactive, which is something I enjoy doing. Using the right app would be important to ensure it's appropriate for my level. Taking breaks is another thing to consider. It's easy to get motivated when things seem good, but taking short breaks can prevent burnout. Maybe every hour or two, I should take a 5-minute break if necessary, so I don't get too tired from the practice. Engaging with others might help too. Surrounding myself with English speakers could make it more natural and less daunting. Trying to speak in public spaces or online forums where English is spoken might give me more experience. Lastly, being patient and persistent are important. Improving takes time, and I shouldn't get discouraged if progress isn't immediate. Celebrating small victories can keep me motivated, whether it's hearing a new word, understanding a conversation, or mastering a sentence structure. I think that covers the main points. Now, putting all these strategies into action might start helping me improve my English A1 speaking alone. It's just about finding what works best for me and sticking to it consistently.